Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm Priscilla. I'm the owner of A Life Full of Simplicity. Today I'll be unboxing the Cosmic Slumber Tarot by Tillie Walden and published by Liminal 11. I'm super excited because Liminal 11 graciously sent me this deck for review. So big thank you to everyone at Liminal 11. I do thank you so much for sending me this to review on my channel. So I do want to let you know, just as a disclaimer, my review will be the same as it always is, even when I purchase my own deck and spend money on it. So don't expect that I won't be honest in my review, because I always will be, whether it's sent to me or I buy it. Doesn't really matter. To me, it's the same. So let's get right in because I'm super excited. I actually had this on my wish list for a very long time. So this is one that I actually wanted to bring into my collection. So I'm super excited to finally have it. Oh, it's so beautiful. The colors are gorgeous. I love the purple on this deck. So beautiful. So let's get into the back. So there's some sample cards on the back and it says, if the universe were to sleep, where would her dreams lead? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Hand painted and bursting with color, the Cosmic Slumber Tarot evokes imagery from the subconscious and subliminal states. It's a tarot deck energized by soulful warmth from award-winning comics prodigy Tillie Walden. Interesting. I didn't know she was a comics prodigy. Okay, so we have the usual information at the bottom. £21.99 in the UK. How much does this retail for in Canada? I believe between $35 and $40 Canadian usually. Ooh, look at the little fun pattern inside. See if I can focus that inside. Look how nice that is. So fun. Oh, I just noticed there's a cat on the box. Look, it's so cute. I love it. I love this purple. Oh my god, I love this purple so much. It's like a nice lavender color. Oh, so beautiful. Okay, so we have the cards, we have the book, we have a cardboard. Let's take that out. Same print inside here. I'll keep the cardboard inside for now. Okay, let's take off the plastic. Okay, I'll put the cards here for now. And let's get into the book. So the book is hardcover like usual. All the books from Liminal 11 are these beautiful little mini hardcover bound books, which are super cute. Honestly, if you were going somewhere on vacation, you could easily just put the guidebook and the cards in like a pouch and just take them with you. You wouldn't have to bring this big box with you, which is super convenient in my opinion. We have the same pattern in the book. And we have a table of contents. So we have the foreword, we have an introduction, major arcana, minor arcana, how to read the tarot, tarot spreads, and bonus cards. So we have a foreword here. Introduction. Okay, let's see what this tells us. Okay, I'm going to read this because this seems interesting. So this deck is about the peace we feel when we're in a deep slumber and the excitement we feel upon waking. It's the feeling of seeing someone in a dream you haven't seen in a long time, of connecting with the impossible, sensing you are in another reality but accepting it. This state, deep in symbolism and wrapped in the unconscious, shares so much with the space within which we meet the tarot. A parallel world of omens, portents, archetypes, miracles, and revelations. All these double meanings there to be unwound, and in doing so, bringing more clarity to the waking world. But dreams are only part of the equation. What solidifies this deck in my mind is the idea of the cosmic, of the cosmos. The universe, eyes closed, revolving and dancing as she sleeps. Tarot lets us see the expansiveness within ourselves, and in approaching the drawing of the cards, I often thought of the universe, of the galaxies and stars and black holes. Just like the starlit realm of dreams, We really know so little. Absolutely love that. That is beautiful. And I'm super excited. Okay, let's focus that. There we go. So here we go into the major arcana. So she just talks a little bit about that. Okay. So it seems like the magician was renamed to the magus, which I'm pretty sure is Latin for magician, but... So it seems like we only have upright meanings, which is pretty typical for liminal 11 decks. Usually they don't have reversals. I don't think I've seen... I think there was reversals in the New Chapter Tarot for the major only, though. And maybe the Luna Soul? I don't know. I can't remember. Let me check, actually. So, yeah. New Chapter Tarot is the only one that has reversals. All the other decks have upright only. And the reversals in the New Chapter is only for the major. So very typical for Liminal 11 decks not to have reversals, is mostly upright meanings, which is fine. For me, I don't really care much. I mainly use upright anyway. And if I do reversal, it's mainly maybe the opposite of upright, or something that's lacking, or something that's needs to be focused on more, or something that's too much of something and needs to be diminished. So for me, it doesn't really matter. I would say, like, if you're a beginner and you get this deck, maybe just if you want to learn reversals, you could always just pick up a book on reversals. The one by Lisa Robertson is pretty good, so you could always use this deck with that book if you wanted to learn reversals as well. If you already know reversals, you can definitely still use this deck with reversals. I don't think it matters much, in my opinion anyway. So yeah, upright meanings for everything. And we have also a small sample card like usual. Okay, we have the minor here. So it seems like they changed the wand suit to torches. But it says here wands and traditional, so that's fine. And then it jumps right into the torches, which is the wands. Now it seems like we have keywords. So inspiration and reinvigoration. And then we have 2 sentences. Yeah, so 2 words for each. And then 2 sentences or 3. Mostly 2. 2 sentences for each card. Same thing for cups. Same thing for swords. And same thing for pentacles. I don't really mind much in terms of that. A lot of the time I like going based on keywords anyway, and then based on imagery for myself. If you're a beginner, you're probably not going to get as much detail with this as you would like a standalone book. For example, I don't know, the Ultimate Guide to Tarot, for example. But this is still pretty good in terms of developing your own intuition with the keywords. So I'm really big on telling people, if you want to learn tarot, learn the meanings of the cards, and then, you know, look at the card, look at the imagery, write down what you see, and develop your own intuition and style of reading through that way. So this, in a sense, like these kind of guidebooks are fine in that sense, because it allows you to learn the keywords that are put into the book, which I believe almost every book either has a keyword or has just a few sentences, which for me is fine. And it allows you to develop your intuition more, because then you're relying more on the imagery, which is okay with me. But still, I'm always, for reading, I always say that people should start with a Rider-Waite-Smith deck if you're going to start with anything, because it's easier to start with. So let's get into the cards. So they are glossy, which is fine with me. I actually really love their glossy cards. I wonder if they're the same as the Modern Witch. Okay, so this is the Modern Witch. Are they the same size? Yeah, so they're the same size as the Modern Witch. This feels a little glossier than this. This doesn't feel as glossy. It's glossy, but this one just feels smoother for some reason. So, yeah, what about thickness? Modern Witch is definitely thicker. Okay, what about... Even this doesn't feel as smooth as this. Okay, the glossiness of this is like premium nice. Like, I love this. They should make more decks in this kind of gloss. Because I actually really love this. It's so smooth. You're like touching it and it's like gliding. Doesn't feel... Oh, it's so nice. I don't know. Anyway. So let's start with the Fool. Love that. She's like really, really over the edge. She's like staring at the sky. Look at the dog. The dog is like trying to hold her back from falling. That is funny. Then we have the Magician. So we have all the tools here. The cups, the pentacles, the torches, the swords. They're holding what looks like a paintbrush. And the infinity sign out of thorns, or maybe some kind of vine with leaves, and they're in a field of flowers. That's nice. Definitely get those creative vibes from it. Ooh, I like this. She has a door. Ooh, that's interesting. Maybe unlocking your intuition. I see the High Priestess a lot as intuition a lot of the time. So maybe unlocking your intuition and looking deep within your own self. Ooh, that's interesting. They still have the traditional, it's not pillars, they're curtains, but they're still traditional in terms of one is white, one is sort of black gray. There's the pomegranates. She's wearing a crown. Can't see her eyes though. Half her face is covered. And she has a book in her hand, which could signify the Torah, I guess. And the moon is down here. Love that. Then we have the Empress. Definitely very nurturing because she's feeding the baby. So I would say nurture. The first word that would come to mind would be nurture, in my opinion. Especially with the rain behind her. Could be nurturing soil, nurturing growth, nurturing whatever it is. Then we have the Emperor. Very weird, the mask that he's wearing. Signifies Aries, but still very odd. Very weird. I love it though. Okay, we have the Hierophant. Feels very traditional. They have keys around their neck. It's very interesting. Interesting that we have the symbols that you would typically see in the World card. It's very interesting. Then we have the Lovers. Wow, that's a trip. Okay, so there's one big figure here holding a tree with two people. They're holding hands. Then there's another person here that has what it looks like wings, holding another tree. This one's fully grown, this one's not. And two people, but they're not facing each other, but they're still holding hands. Oh, that's interesting. It's interesting. What does the book say about this? I'm curious, actually, what the book says for the lovers. Okay. For the lovers, it says, the lover's card is here to tell you that there is a choice in front of you, or perhaps within you. Do not be fooled in thinking that a choice is simply a road that diverges into two paths. A picture of a winding staircase that goes on further than you can imagine, branching, dividing, rejoining with ethical dilemma. Dwelling within the lovers, a guide can be found. It's part of you, and it has both grown up and stayed young. Let that guide sit with you in these decisions. Do not make choices as your fearful self or your angry self, Look upon your moral dilemmas as the person you want to be, for that is how you will become them. Okay, that's interesting. So this is what I read. Let me just focus that. There we go. Interesting. So maybe this signifies youth, adulthood, and maybe it's about when you were smaller, you looked more within yourself or knew more of yourself or sure of yourself. I guess kids don't really, their sense of self is not like it is when we're adults. Like, we go through so much crap when we're older that sometimes we're not sure of our sense of self. So maybe that's why they're not facing each other. That could be. I don't really know, but that seems interesting. I'm gonna go with that because that seems cool in terms of like the part where they talk about or perhaps within you. So there's a choice in front of you or perhaps within you. This could also be the choice or mirror self in terms of that as well. That's interesting. Then we have the Chariot. Pretty typical, except we have lions, which is interesting. Lions. Wait a minute. This lion has eyes open. This one's closed. This person's eyes are closed. So maybe being guided in the direction that you want to go instead of you choosing the direction. You're just being guided. Interesting strength card. She has her hand in the lion's mouth. That's definitely a sign of strength, or at least a sign of bravery, which also comes with the strength card. Love this Hermit card. Love this. Look at that cat. So cute. This is the card on the box. Nice. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So the Hierophant also had these symbols. Interesting. Then we have the Justice card. The scales look tipped a bit. Doesn't look straight. And then this person is smaller than this person. So maybe they're judging them. Or maybe you're judging yourself. Maybe that's you and you're judging like your inner self. Could be too. Very interesting. You can see their eyes in the water. They're part of the tree. That's weird, but also cool. Then we have Death. They're going through water, which is interesting. Very typical for a Death card, though, in terms of a skeleton riding a horse. Then we have Temperance. Again, we have a lion and a bird. And then this person's doing the balancing of the waters, with their foot in their hand, which is interesting. They also look like they're contemplating something, which is definitely interesting for a temperance card. Maybe contemplating balance or moderation. Wait a minute. Where's the Lover's card? Hey, that's cool. Look at that. They're staring at each other. Interesting. This one has flowers. This one has coins. I feel like this is really like bad habits. Interesting. I want to see what it says for the devil now, because the imagery matches. Okay, so for the devil it says, the devil surrounds you like a gilded cage. The night rests around you and your mind is firmly planted in the material world. But the cage has a door that is unlocked, and this night will soon come to an end. Right now you're only seeing half the story. Your desires right now tempt an unfinished version of yourself. Wealth, ego, sex, all draw you in. Try to understand why you want these things and what they will give you. These questions, secrets will be uncovered. That's interesting because it kind of goes hand in hand with the choices, right? You have to make a choice whether you want to really overindulge and overstimulate and whatnot, or if you want to do things in within constraint or within moderation type of thing. So that's cool. Okay, I like that. Okay, let's turn these back over. Okay, then we have the Tower. Very typical, except there's a bunch of hands. That's very interesting. You could read this as change is in your hands, or typically, or maybe out of your hands. Chaotic change could be out of your hands. Then we have the Star. Very cute. She's watering the plants. Then we have the Moon. The Moon is crying, though. It's interesting. Then we have the Sun. Oh, look at the little kids playing. So cute. She's like hugging the sun. Be one with joy is what I'm getting from that one. Then we have Judgment. That's nice. I like how they're reaching out. This could really signify acceptance, because Judgment has acceptance as a keyword. So, yeah. Then we have, again, the symbology. It's interesting. Okay, then we go into the minors with the Ace of Torches, Wands. There's a little person. So cute. I love it. Two of Wands. Yep. This makes sense. I love this. You have two paths to go down. Then we have the Three. We have the Four of Torches, Four of Wands. Interesting, because the Four of Wands is typically a celebration card, so it's interesting. Five of Torches. I don't see much conflict in this. Let's see. So, Four of Torches, which was the one before, is about comfort and completion. Oh, okay, and that makes more sense. And then Five is about competition and struggle. So the struggle makes more sense in terms of this imagery. Then we have the Six. Love that. She would be at the top, which makes sense in terms of victory and whatnot. 7, 8. We have the 9 of Wands. 10. That's interesting. It looks like they're also walking on like rocks and stuff. So this would be the Page. Love the cat. Then we have the Knight. He's riding a cat. What's... I love it. That is so funny. Definitely different from a horse. I love this though. Riding a cat. Then we have the Queen. So we have a big cat and we have a small cat. That's nice. Again, big cat, small cat for the king. That's cool. Okay, and then we have the Ace. Oh, look, another little person. Interesting. Then we have the 2. Love that. 3 of Cups. Pretty traditional, my opinion. 4 of Cups. Definitely different imagery for the 4 of Cups. Let's see what we have here. Four of Cups. We have withdrawal and weariness. Yeah, withdrawal definitely makes sense in this type of imagery. Then we have the 5. This is definitely traditional in terms of 5. Then we have the 6. The 7. Interesting for a choice card. Oh, they use creativity and energy in this particular deck. Interesting. Then we have the 8 of Cups. The 9 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups. So for the Page, we have a swan instead of a fish. I like that though. Then we have the Knight with 3 fish. So are they riding the fish or are they gliding in the water? Still interesting. Not as funny as the Knight riding the cat though. That was hilarious. The Queen of Cups. Love this Queen of Cups. And then we have the King of Cups. He's just laying on a fish. Oh, here's the symbology of the Page with the fish in the cup. Interesting. Then we have the Ace of Swords. Another little person on the tool. The 2 of Swords. We have the 3 of Swords. Definitely feel that restful feeling or vibe from this particular card. Then we have the 5. Every time I see people holding swords like this, I'm like, doesn't that hurt? Like, aren't you cutting yourself? We have the 7. We have the 8. The 9. The 10. Ooh, that's interesting. kind of reminds me of like astral projection in a way. Then we have the Page, the Knight, the Queen, and the King. So all of the court cards in the swords are wearing armor. This one has eyes on his armor. Very weird. Oh, I love the Ace of Pentacles. Oh my god. Look, a little person. I love it. Oh, I love the greenery. We have the 2. We have the 3. 4. Definitely get that frugal feeling from that 4. We have the 5. We have the 6. Love that 7. You definitely get that feeling of waiting and patience from this particular card. We have the 8. The 9. We have the 10. Oh, I love this. The Page is a bull. Riding a bull, but not riding anywhere because the bull is sleeping, which is pretty funny, but also at the same time it makes sense because Pentacles are a slower suit when it comes to action. Knights are action cards, but this means slower action than, like, for example, the Knight of Swords or the Knight of Wands, for example. Those would be faster in my opinion. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and we have the 2 extra cards, so the Morning and the Knight. So these ones I'm going to read. I'm going to shuffle and then pull a card to read from the guidebook. I did also want to go through the back of the guidebook because there was more information after. So after all the meanings, there's the How to Read Tarot. And then there's some spreads at the back. So we have a daily draw. Perfect. That says beginner start here. That's great. Then we have 4 cards. So we have a past, present, future advice. We have a positive, negative result advice. We have the Celtic Cross, which I'm not really a fan of. Then we have the Dream Path of the Spheres. This seems interesting. Okay, let's focus on this. There we go. Moon, parting the veil. What do you know intuitively? Mercury, lucidity. What can be controlled through clarity of thought? Venus, the bond. Where should compassion prevail? Sun, revelation. What advice should be treasured upon waking? Mars, the nightmare. Where does conflict lie? Jupiter, wisdom. What truth is revealed? Interesting. I think I'm going to do this because that's cool. Ooh, what's this? Of what does the universe dream? That's cool. So what does it say? Oh, so you have to look for the universe and then take out 2 cards that come before and 2 that follow. Okay. That's interesting. And then you would do 1, 2, universe, 4, 5. The universe, by the way, is the world. Interesting. That's cool. And then it has the morning and night cards. Interesting that this particular deck, they didn't give them their separate pages. In the White Newman, they gave them their separate pages. I also believe in the Luna Soul as well, they gave them separate pages. So that's interesting. Okay, so I'm going to read the bonus cards so you can see how those are read. And let's see how this shuffles. And I'm sure it's going to shuffle so nice because it's so smooth. Yes. Absolutely love this. Now, bridge shuffling, ruffle shuffling, I don't know because I don't shuffle like that. But I love this so much. So much. Okay. So we have the Temperance card. Okay, let's see what the book says for Temperance. Here we go. Temperance beckons for balance. There are many forces at play in your life. Opposites and contradictions abound. But do not turn away from these opposing energies. Instead, look closely. There is a space between them, and that is where you will find the harmony you need. Your answers lie between trees, between steps, between voices. Be wary of anything that claims to solve it all or claims to make something go away. There are no quick fixes. Your scale will easily tip to one side. Balance requires work and contemplation and can be lost as quickly as it is gained. Be patient and seek the harmony around you. I knew it. Contemplation. That's what I said when I looked at the card. It looks like this person's contemplating. So, yeah, that's fantastic. So this is what I read. Let me just focus that. There we go. In terms of temperance. Okay. So, let's read morning first and then night. The morning. The morning greets you with dim light. This card reflects the chance to start over, the chance to rise into the day a little bit stronger than yesterday. Use the energy of the morning for beginnings, a new project, a new conversation, a new feeling. And then in terms of the night, the night. The night comes when you need it most. It is the place for you to sink into and escape. The long day is coming to an end, but the night allows you to extend it, to draw the time out. While everyone else sleeps, you will work. Use the night to its fullest. The moon slows down the clock for you, so you may have the time you need to face the problems ahead. So this is what I read in terms of the morning and the night. So yes, I'm so excited. I absolutely love this deck. I'm ecstatic and so happy that I had the chance to review it because I can't wait to use this. Honestly, I'm so excited to jump in. I'm going to do those 2 spreads at the back, I think. So keep an eye out on my Instagram. If you're not already subscribed to me or follow me on Instagram, go check me out. It's alifefullofsimplicity. So I have the same username there. And I do thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about this deck. Is this something you already own in your collection? How do you use it? I'd love to hear from you. If you don't have this already, what are your thoughts? Is this something you're interested in? What do you think about the imagery? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. I do thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a great day or night wherever you are. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Turn on that bell so you can be notified every time I post a brand new video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up as it's greatly appreciated. Thanks so much and have a great day.